everybody. Fuck yeah. Here we are again. Here we are again, everybody. Another lovely, lovely Monday. Hi, everyone. How are you, live audience? Yeah, do you hear that? That's us waking up, a live audience on a Monday night. That's what it sounds like. Hello to our viewers via Ustream, the thousands on Ustream, and the hundreds and hundreds on Periscope. This is Kill Tony, everybody. You guys ready for a crazy night or what?
Yeah.
Keep it going for our one-man band, Pat Reagan, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it. How's it going, Pat?
Good, man.
Did you have fun up there tonight?
Yeah, I had fun. I closed my eyes most of the night. It was I felt good about it, though. I kind of didn't want to look at these people.
Fuck yeah. There you go. Way to get them on your side before the show starts.
Yeah, the old classic hate the audience.
No, it's not hate. It's not hate. It's not hate. I just didn't want to look at you.
Wow, again, he just repeated it again.
Yeah.
Had a chance to clear the air, and look what he does. Well, you know, it's a tough spot, this warm-up thing, because you're not introduced. You just kind of start going, and so it doesn't feel like a regular show set. So sometimes I just go inward as opposed to outward.
Did you just
so
say N-word?
Lovely.
You just go N-word? Fuck yeah.
I think they're a lovely crowd, Tony.
That's the first real funny thing of the night, everybody. If you missed it, then wake up. Here we are, everyone. Very, very excited about tonight's episode. This is a very, very special one. You know, comedians sign up for the chance to do a minute, and I always have very funny comedians come up and sit on the panel with me. And we talk with these new, sometimes new just to L.A. comedians, and anything can happen when they do their minute, and then we talk to them. This is a very special one because normally we have two people. Tonight we're going with three in a special complete blowout episode. And put your hands together for our artist, everybody. That's right.
Fuck yeah. Last week's was so crazy.
Ryan J. Ebelt, everybody, the one and the only. He draws an entire picture of the dais and exactly what happens here. That's a new addition. Follow Ryan J. Ebelt on Twitter, Instagram, and everything. And look out for how he's going to sell these prints. And it's unfucking believable artwork. Check out his Instagram. You won't believe how he draws these things. It's so exciting.
Last week was a James Bond theme.
So cool.
It was badass.
I was holding a microphone that was shaped like a gun, and it was amazing. I'm
I had a
very
cat
excited.
peeing on me.
So let's do it, guys. Tonight, it's a brand new panel. Not one of these three members have ever been on the show before, and I've been trying to book all of them for the last 2 years, and I got all three of them at once here tonight for a solar eclipse of Kill Tony hilarity. Put your hands together for Steve Agee and the Sklar brothers, ladies and gentlemen. Sklar, and Agee. Fuck yeah. This is exciting. Josh, do we only have 2 microphones?
Oh, no.
Wow, Josh, really dropping the ball there.
Ooh.
Wow. Put your hands together for our producer, our accident-prone runaround producer, Josh Martin, who's probably zooming everybody out of frame right now as he adjusts the camera over there. Pretty sure he's blowing it right now. 2 microphones for 3 guests, huh, Josh? That's what you went with your brain today?
That's great.
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess works in show business. There you go. One more time for Josh Martin, everybody. He's Josh Martin comic. Just about every week he blows it in some way. Very rarely does he blow it this fast right from the top, right as the guest is.
Sklar Brothers, not Sklar Brother.
Yeah. Right. I am so happy to have you guys here. I've seen you guys on our favorite sister show, Roast Battle. You know, you guys are so fun. And we all have a bunch of mutual friends.
We do. Thank you. That's all we wanted to say. I have to say, you know, I mean, you see like movements in comedy kind of happening every once in a while, and with this show and the Roast Battle, there is like a new movement that is like someone in this business long ago said, what you want to do is create an underground sort of groundswell to the point where it like can't be denied. And you go to the roast battle and you're like sitting next to like Jason Reitman and people are people are coming in to check this thing out. It's packed up here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and then you come in the show and there's a bunch of empty seats. That's fine.
It
You know
just
what I mean?
feels
It's-
good.
Yeah.
It's very, very exciting.
No, but
and,
it is really cool, and it's cool to see you be a part of that.
Yeah, the attic of the Comedy Store is alive with amazing shows right now, and Pat Reagan's a big part of those shows. Pat always asks our guests a question, and it's always something random. Sometimes it's a goofy question. Sometimes it's something that he genuinely wants to know. Pat, go ahead.
All right, this is for the brothers.
All right, Pat.
Oh, great. Thank you, Pat.
Have we listened to your CD yet? Not
No,
yet.
no.
We're going to.
But it is
Oh,
the best coaster in the world.
roast me.
No, sorry.
All right. So you guys are biological brothers. Are you Eskimo brothers?
What is that?
Brian.
Unemployed?
Have you shared women before?
That's true. Have we shared any?
Or have you
is that what that means? Is that
or
really?
But I didn't know that. Did the Eskimos wife swap a lot, or just like there were like a few women that they all just kind of had?
They all lived in igloos, so they just all went in circles, slipped around everywhere.
I also believe that like every igloo kind of looks the same, so
Right.
you just like pop into one and you're like, I'm home, but it's not your house.
And you're like, well, I'll fuck it. All right, I guess.
I also cannot. We were up in Alaska one time, and it was super light, like at 3 a.m, and I'm like, how? And this could apply to us as well.
Totally does.
But how do ugly people get laid in Alaska when it's light all year
You
round?
just-
You know what I mean? Like you don't have the cover of darkness to like pull one out of the air. It's true.
So
Lot
you
of-
guys avoided my question.
yeah.
Have we? I
don't think we have.
I don't think we have. Yeah, I think we avoided that.
You think there's a reason for it? You think that one of you gets a girl and the other one's like, oh, well, she's ruined now.
Yeah, that's damaged goods at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because we don't really have that different of taste.
Oh wait, his wife.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Boom, there it is.
Totally forgot.
I just
Totally
remembered.
spaced on
I
that.
just
Yeah,
remembered
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No, I think we are very like conscious of anything, trying to stay away from anything that could be considered twinny.
Or hacky.
You
that
guys
make
ever
sense?
hook up with twins before?
A lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the
all the
time. No, never.
Black twins.
And we try. How crazy? Yeah. What would we be able like? We did hook up with those twins where they're like connected at the head, and one of them is like a country singer.
And the other one's like in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, she just like bear around on the. She's like rolled around on a medical tray, and you know.
Like she has to enter the country music world. That wasn't her fucking choice.
Exactly. She's like, I like dubstep. Roll me over here. Anyway.
Pat, what is your question for Steve Agee?
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Pat.
Oh, Jesus.
This shit off?
We just
Hello?
lost yet Josh Martin over here
All right.
unplugging the lack of microphones that we have.
Yeah, he's like, how can I fuck
Josh
up the ones
is-
that are here?
Hello.
Steve.
Wow, he got another microphone. Josh Martin, everybody.
Oh no, he didn't.
Don't
Just in time for our interview to be over. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Don't let Josh's haircut confuse you. He's not retarded, everybody. He just put in another
Don't let his
microphone.
pants confuse you either. So.
Right. Or the way that he talks.
Or his gait.
His trousers.
Question for Steve Agee coming
Yeah,
from
here we
Pat
go.
Reagan.
Steve, how would you describe yourself physically to a blind person?
Oh. They just have to feel it for themselves and be bummed out.
Just have them touch you?
Be like, have you ever been to a petting zoo and pet they don't have walruses in petting zoos, do they?
No, not anymore.
I'd say walrus, and then they'd be like, I don't know what a walrus looks like, and I'd be like, feel my stomach, and they'd be like, oh, now we know what a walrus feels like.
27 shaved rabbits.
What?
A pile of rabbits.
Sewn together.
Like a Holocaust pile of rabbits. Just what?
That's where
Mangala rabbit.
That's
yeah.
where they draw the line. You say pile of rabbits, everybody's okay. A Holocaust pile of rabbits, too soon.
That's right. That's right.
They will
Or
not.
maybe not soon enough.
Well, there you go. There's your questions from Pat Reagan. You guys ready to get this thing started? Over 30 comedians signed up for the chance to do 1 minute of stage time on this show tonight and then talk to us on this stage afterwards. Comedians, you know your time is up. Your 60 seconds is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. Aw, adorable. That means wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. There he is.
So describe Steve Agee.
That is. That growl is a minute long. This is.
It's funnier than most people.
Well, I love it. So here we go. Your comedian doing the first uninterrupted minute of stage time tonight goes by the name of David Deary.
I'm a little bit angry. I saw a 12-year-old kid looking at pornography on his phone. When I was 12, I found a Playboy in a tree stump. All the fucking pages were stuck together. That was my porno, you know? Porno on your phone, I mean, that would make going to temple a little bit easier, you know what I mean? I mean, I just feel like nowadays if you can spell porn, you can look at porn, you know? And you don't have to spell it right. You can spell it porn. You could spell it pern. You could spell it P with a bunch of symbols. Google will know what you're talking about. Google will be like, PRQR3RZ? Don't you mean pornography? You want to see some tits? And the kid's like, oh, yeah, tits. And then it's like, welcome to porno world. Welcome to porno world. Wait a second. Are you 18? Yes, come on in. Welcome to porno. Oh, you look a little young. Come on. Like, why do they even have that thing, you know, that little security system? Are you 18? It should just say, do you know what a green button looks like? All right, thanks a lot.
There it is, exactly a minute. Wow. Exactly a minute on porn. Exactly a minute.
I have been practicing that minute for 3 years now,
Yeah.
Tony. 3 years.
Wow. I'm guessing you probably watch porn for about a minute, right? What's your
If I'm
favorite?
lucky.
What's your favorite kind of porn to watch?
My favorite kind of porn.
Because when the porn was in the tree stump, you were limited to what the pages were
Yeah,
on
it was so sad. It's so sad. It's porno. Porno is actually kind of the weirdest thing because it's like everything else is getting more expensive, but porn is getting freer and better. You can't grandpa porn. You know what I mean? You can't be like, when I was a kid, you couldn't see pussy. You could only see hair, and it was $3.75, and you had to like.
You just
ask a
what do you
guy.
tell? You just did that. You just grandpa'd porn by saying that you found it in an old tree stump.
That is grandpa porn.
No, I'm saying you can't say it's getting worse. Like you can.
In my day.
Yeah, back in my day, a movie was a quarter, and a big thing of popcorn was 75 cents. You can't do that with porn, you know, because it was $3.75 back in the day, and now it's just free.
No, it's free.
Oh, I see. So you can't do the price
It's
thing.
getting
back in
better.
the day.
Yeah, it's better, bigger.
Did you really find it in a tree stump?
Yeah, not a tree stump, but like an abandoned shack.
That's not a tree stump.
Yeah, but I thought tree stumps
I
sounded
feel robbed
funnier.
now.
Although I just kept thinking of like the giving tree. You know what I mean? I was like, that was her last gift. Her last gift was, I can't build you a house, but I got this old fucking jug.
That sounds like an Adult Swim cartoon right there. The giving tree, the porno giving tree.
Yeah, the porno giving tree.
So this shack. I mean,
There was like I lived in the suburbs, and there was a hospital, and then behind the hospital, these like older kids built this like BMX track.
Of course.
And there was like a shack back there, and then I guess people would like leave their Playboy magazines there.
Where are you from? Because I had this exact same experience.
Me too. I'm from the suburbs of
I
Philadelphia.
have to say, by the way, like all this stuff is really comedically interesting to me. Like I know tree stump is funny and that's like short and quick, but like I would love for
The
you
truth of it is really.
I think
very
you could
funny.
say tree stump and then pull back and be like, all right, it wasn't.
It was
tree
actually a
stump.
shack.
It was actually a shack. These guys built this BMX. Because if you saw a shack behind a hospital, you'd be
And
like,
it wasn't Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
But
But
it was a shack.
My first
that
thought
would
was
be
like-
amazing if you were getting your porn from Shaq, though. Just,
Yeah.
Hey, man, take one of these,
Hey,
man.
man.
Erna,
Yeah,
that's-
look, jack off to this. Hey,
Rub your dick. Just watch this come over out of your dick.
Hey, Kobe.
Just reach inside and get it.
Stuck inside of my house. Oh, come on those tits, boy.
Is it?
I'll put Asha.
Fuck Kobe Bryant.
You put Asha. You rub that lamp, I'll show you a shitty pussy. You rub that.
And then all of a sudden, you're like, "Hey, what's this tree stump shack?" And he's like, "That's my dick, man."
I put Asha hot sleeve on my penis.
Hey, man, why are you trying to grab pornos out of my dick, man? That's
terrible.
Thought it was a tree stump,
We're
Mr.
actual
O'Neill.
people in his dick.
That is super interesting where you got it from, but it's a good concept, man.
Well, there you go.
That was
I
solid.
really liked it.
Yeah,
I thought
I
that was
mean,
solid.
you had fun. It was a great bit, and we had fun with you.
Can we talk about his performance? I thought you were
Yeah.
very composed, and I mean, you just had it going on. You really had work that minute.
I love
Thank
that the minutes, like, you didn't even waste a second, which is super important when you only have a minute. Like, you were right into the flow as if you were in the middle of your set, and I love that.
Do people say that you remind them of David Cross?
Yeah.
You get that a lot?
Yeah.
That's I mean, look, it's tough.
From his cousin, his publicist,
Oh,
a lot of
it's-
people. But it's not as much anymore. But I lived in New York right around, I don't know, the early 90s when he was like doing Piano Bar and Mr. Show. And
That would be the late 90s. but
Late
yes.
90s, early 2000s.
oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah, 99,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
late 90s. And all the time, everyone would give it to
Which
me.
kinda
So much
sucks.
that I thought about making a movie about kidnapping him and like stealing his show, like trying to do his stand-up show, and people being like, "This isn't really him," but I just thought it would be funny.
you couldn't sell that idea anywhere.
No, I couldn't even convince people to do it with me for free. Or I mean, it's just no, it wasn't a good
So
idea.
you still kidnapped him?
No,
You know what this sounds like?
It was just
actually
annoying to
could
get-
be not a movie,
annoying.
but it sounds like the beginning of an amazing porno, which I think brings it full circle. You try to kidnap
we should
David
make
Cross.
a magazine out of it,
Yeah.
a porno
It's
magazine.
called cross dressers or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's called
I was
You
going to
wear
call
each other's
it
gloves.
the stump. Sorry.
But what do you guys think? I mean, honestly, if you look like a comedian and you want to be a comedian,
That's so hard.
it's
That is
hard,
really hard.
you know.
That is really.
I don't know.
we don't know what
anything
that's
that would be like.
so-
I know that's so weird. I just to look like another comedian.
It seems like a foreign concept.
I love that I did a visual joke on a podcast. Oh, there's
Oh yeah, it's been
Google
Sklar. Video covered.
I do think it is hard. That is a hard thing to get out from.
I don't get it as much anymore because he's not like out as much, you know. Like
We died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you know that?
And they
that would
buried
be the
him in
best
an
thing
old
that
tree
happened to
stump.
me.
I think you just keep doing what you're doing. I
Yeah.
really liked it and really enjoyed seeing you. So great job, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I would like to see you Friday at the Death Squad show, of course. Yeah.
There you go. He just got a
Look at
nice
that.
house
You
spot,
just got a
everybody.
booking.
Wow.
You just got a spot.
Any more? You guys want to see me anywhere? Anyone else? Anyone else?
Red
Any other
Ba-
bookings?
You want
I
to
don't-
drive my kids to grade school?
Brian really wanted to book David Cross, but he couldn't get him, so
Yeah.
he's just settling
You're the
for
next
you.
best thing. Ladies and gentlemen, cross light.
Well, there he goes, everybody. David Deary.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
A minute from David Deary. He's on
And
Twitter.
his first name is David. God
David
damn
Deary.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Jeez.
Is he on Twitter?
Yes, he's on Twitter at MF David Deary, everyone.
Nice,
So,
Motherfucking David Deary.
Follow
out
him.
the gates. Nice.
yeah, he is something else.
Who the bucket gonna give us?
Whoops. Put your hands together for Rashid Stephens, everyone. Here we go.
Hello. I'm working part-time security now on Hollywood Boulevard. And I like working security because it's not a fake job. What I mean by that, like, you don't have to act fake. Security is the only job where you can show up to work angry and mad and it's a positive. Like, I feel sad for the guys that work at McDonald's. They're making them smile for $8 an hour. That's wrong. I feel like you should be able to act according to your paycheck, you know? You getting paid crappy, you deserve to act crappy. I feel like this would be the ideal transaction you walk in McDonald's. Instead of them handing your sandwich over politely and saying, thank you, have a good day, I think they should make that sandwich angry and aggressive and hateful and just throw it at your face. And you should take it. You know why? Because both of you guys have made bad choices in life. That would be the ideal transaction. Only thing I have against the guys that work at McDonald's is that they feel like they own the restaurant. For 50 chicken nuggets, one sauce? No, that's wrong. Then they charge you an extra 50 cents. I'm like, listen, if I had an extra 50 cents, I wouldn't be eating at McDonald's. I'd be in a more upscale restaurant like Wendy's or something. Making more better bad choices in life. Thank you.
Fuck yeah, 54 seconds from Rashid Stephens.
The Rashid Wallace of comedy.
Yeah.
Ball don't lie. I liked it. I first of all, again, I like that you talked about your security job, but I wanted to hear more about that. Like, as soon as you started talking about that, I was like, what is that? What security for what? Where? Like, you know, we always come from, like, you start with this nugget of truth, and then you can go wild. Because you quickly went away from your experience.
Because you're a funny dude doing security. Like, do you ever do jokes on people?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean,
What do you do to people?
Well, recently I was working on security this Saturday in
Where?
Cosmo on Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood and Cosmo, and these two girls and this guy got in a confrontation, and I was supposed to break it up, so I was trying to act like I didn't see it, so I turned, and a friend came and tapped me on the shoulder. She's like, "This guy harassing us," and she threw a drink in his face. He ended up slapping her, and I went to go break him out, like, "Dude, what you hit a girl for? What you hit a girl for?" And he said, "I'm sorry." And he slipped 100 in my hand. And I turned to her, I said, "What you messing with this man for? He was a good man."
Right there. That's it.
Yes!
Right there.
Get away from McDonald's and get into your personal shit.
yeah.
It's way funnier. That's so
hilarious.
funny.
That is like
That's what they
That's
said to Ray
brilliant.
Rice.
Exactly.
Same thing. No, that's really funny. And
I was
that's-
about to segue into that, but it took, I mean.
No, well,
He only has a minute.
I know, but I also
Randy or Jason.
Whichever one said that.
Oh, that hurts. An old friend, Steve Agee.
I like the premise of you should be able to act according to your pay scale.
Yes.
I would explore that even more.
I would just
Different
explore
jobs.
it, even like someone who makes just a ton. Like, you ever see like a really rich person that's upset? Like, you should be able, like, to get someone from McDonald's to slap that dude or throw food at him. Like, you're so rich, you can't be upset. Like,
You
you're
can't
not
be
allowed
mad
to be
about
upset
anything.
at anything, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because like we're upset about shit in life. You know,
Yeah,
what
that's
I mean?
true.
That you're rich? Is that what
Yeah.
you said?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I also think that it's and you're bigger than we are, but like when you say you work security, I think like you're kind of slightly small
Yeah,
for
I
a
am.
security guy.
I'm the smallest.
That
one.
is a funny
What?
premise. Like, I'm the
Well, no,
smallest security guy around.
I'm actually like one of the biggest ones at their job because a lot of those guys are Hispanic. So
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
all right.
Funny too.
Nice.
See.
It's a good dig. No, but that to me is also interesting that you're not like a giant, enormous dude working security.
I could never do security.
Yeah, because Agee, you're like
Fuck, the second I saw a dude throw a drink in a girl's face, I would be like, I'm going on break. I'd be fucking in the alley smoking, nervously chain smoking.
Is he gone yet? Is he gone yet? No, but I think that's fun. I think you were in a vein like that story you told about being like, are you the worst security guy you know? I mean, like, multiple examples of you not being good at security.
Did they just hire you because you're black? Like what happened? Because like
yeah, they needed to meet a quota. So
They need to meet the quota.
they needed somebody over 5'8", so I was.
How long you been doing this job?
On and off for about 6 months. You know.
What'd you do before that?
I was doing street canvassing. And I worked. I studied political science in college, so I was working in like political campaigns and stuff, helping.
So you went to a more intellectual endeavor.
Yeah. Well, I needed something that was going to be like, because I worked from 12 to 4 a.m. So I mean, I needed something that was going to be flexible in between
Let
comedy.
you do comedy.
Yeah.
Rashid, I notice you keep flipping off. Does anyone notice that Rashid is flipping off the audience with his middle finger with your mic? And I'm just wondering, like, it'd be great if at your other jobs, like when you're checking security, you're like checking someone's license and you're flipping them off, and then you're like got a bulletin board for your political campaign, and you're like, hey, could you sign this? Just flip people off.
Yeah, that's a good.
Right.
Did you know you were flipping people off?
No, I didn't. I mean,
All right.
I was raised this way.
If anybody's going to tell the audience, fuck you, it's going to be Pat Reagan. He doesn't want anybody else stepping on his territory.
Yes.
How long you been doing stand-up?
Almost 2 years.
Where you from?
Georgia, born and raised.
Georgia.
East Point, Georgia, same hometown as Outcast.
Oh, East Point, shout out, everybody.
Now,
Look out.
Was he like a Met? Was he sort? Was okay? Never mind. I know where you were going. He was like, he just was some guy that like just no one really allowed him in on the inner
loner.
circle.
He
He
was
was kind of on the outs. All right, whatever. It's a terrible joke. All right.
Did you start stand-up in Georgia and then come out here?
Yeah, technically, I mean, I guess, I mean, I don't consider, because like 5 years ago, I tried it out and I didn't do too well. I bombed a lot, like the first 3 times, so I didn't get back into it.
So
until I
does
moved out here.
everybody.
Yeah, so So I didn't get back into it, so I've been out here and I haven't missed a day in almost 2 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
Rashid,
so
you got
his-
great skin.
Oh wow, look at that! A great skin compliment coming from Pat Reagan.
That's shake
Wow, look at that.
Nothing racist about that.
Yeah, I really like your suntan.
You really have been out here for 2 years. You probably don't swim very well either. Oh, what? Why am I saying
Too much.
Have you ever had to get physical at the security job in the 6 months that you've been working it?
I have, but I tried my best. I mean, that was the first thing I had to, but I was trying to not get into it. But
Yeah,
the
you
girl
were.
saw me, so she saw me avoiding the confrontation, so she came and grabbed me. She's like, hey, this guy harassing us. But I try to avoid it. Every time I see a fight, I try to make sure I hit the other side of the room.
Yeah, pretend like you're
Bingo.
blending in.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not trying to mess up my face. He said I got good
Yeah,
skin.
that's
so
the
I'm
meal
trying
ticket. That's the meal
I'm trying to
ticket.
keep this skin.
That's the meal
Yeah, I'm
ticket.
trying to keep it. Yeah.
That's funny. Being the avoidant security guard is really. I think that concept.
Because I
is
think
fun.
most people have experienced security people, but they don't know what they're thinking. They don't know what they're talking
Or they
about.
just assume that like people who take security jobs are due to want to
Tough,
just
yeah.
bust on people.
There's a lot of guys like that. And, I mean, that was the problem that the guy said I kept smiling too much. He said I was like, you can't be coming to work smiling, so that's why I developed that joke. Like, what you smiling for? Like, you got dimples too. You can't be smiling with dimples.
And
So
just
that
you're at home and you get a phone call and he's
Yeah.
like, "Quit being so happy." You're at home. He's like, "How does he know I'm happy at home?"
He texted me. He said I need a little more aggression, man. He said you just sitting in a room, you cracking jokes at the customers. I need you to be intimidating.
Is it one of those clubs where you decide who gets in?
Somewhat. Because I mean, it gets really packed on Saturdays and college
Have you ever
nights.
denied anyone? I think is what.
No,
it is.
I haven't.
Do you have any celebrity gossip?
Nope. Well, I mean, they like D-listers, so you wouldn't know them. I mean, like D-list rappers or whatever, so you wouldn't know them.
That's fine.
Like underground.
Let's start. Talking
Is Underground a rapper or is that
Are you talking
a?
about the digital underground or what?
No,
Stop what you're doing.
No, he's like a
'Cause I'm about
D-lister
to
in the
ruin it.
underground world. Like, so it's A, B, C, and D underground rapper. So
But isn't it like a D-list rapper like probably like they want the most in terms of like what they're gonna get like in terms
Right.
of VIP and
oh yeah, they
good
usually
treatment.
they spending the most money. They actually they do that a lot.
Right.
They spend the most money buying bottles and stuff.
Yeah.
And, then they
And
gotta-
tipping out security guards
How much is
$100.
a bottle at the club?
300.
$300. And that's just a bottle of water.
Well, Rashid, great stuff. Take that security stuff and run with it. The McDonald's stuff's great. Rashid Stephens, everybody. He's on Twitter at Rashid Stephens. Plain and simple. He's just the only Rashid Stephens. Not MF Rashid Stephens, not the real Rashid Stephens. Oh, there you go. Stephens with a
So
PH.
he
He
just he
Like
really
Brody.
yeah, you got it.
Yes.
You got it. Tarzana. I work security.
I look for conflict in the clubs.
I shave Fernando Vina's goatee with an epaulette. You got it.
Push and believe. Rashid's going to be a big star. I work in security. You got it.
Where's my tambourine?
Yes, yes. Push and believe. I like this show.
I love it. I was denied entrance into a club I worked at. You got it. I'm the resident flautist at the Guitar Center. You got it.
I like McDonald's. I get the Happy Meal because I'm positive. You got it. I eat the toy and throw the food in the garbage. I pulled another name out of the bucket, and I'm really excited about this. This young lady I've heard a lot of buzz about, and I know that she's been signing up for like months for this show, and I just pulled her name out. Put your hands together for Makovski, everyone.
Thanks. I have a oh my god, I'm winded. Okay. I have a monotone voice. I don't mind it, but other people do. I don't know. People, like, if I give someone a genuine compliment, they think I'm just, like, being a bitch. I just want to go to someone's funeral and read the eulogy. Let me just take a breath. Okay. I want to read the eulogy, you know, like, such a bummer Jeff had to die. Really gonna miss Jeff. Everyone at the funeral is gonna be like, is she shitting on Jeff right now? What's her deal with Jeff? And then, like, I actually shit on Jeff because it's an open casket funeral. Guys, it's 2015. Why are we still burying ourselves like vampires? Just burn yourself like a normal person. Okay, thanks.
Wow.
That was great.
I love that.
Thanks.
Can I have? I have one suggestion. I don't think monotone's the right word. I think just a naturally sarcastic tone, I think is a little. Isn't that a little
It's
more
true
on
because
point?
you're not monotone, and you'll nail it right on the head if you say that. Because you're not really
I'm
monotone.
not trying to be sarcastic, but
really, I'm not.
No,
Right.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm really glad to be here.
And like what they're doing,
So
you can.
happy.
I like
you
it.
guys look so. You guys are great.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna take you guys on the road
you
with
can-
me.
No, you do that.
No, you do it.
what we're telling
Yeah,
you.
okay.
You can
Yeah.
tag it to death just
Yeah.
like that.
Everything
Yeah.
you say, seriously. No, you're
Seriously,
beautiful.
no, you're beautiful.
You're great. I
Yeah,
don't-
whenever people don't laugh at that joke, and that's what I close with, I'm like, I hope you guys all have really good sets tonight, just like the best sets ever. Just kill it when you come on stage.
No, really.
But I think that's what it is. I'm not a sarcastic person, but the tone. I don't know why.
But I don't know why.
Yeah.
Everything I say sounds like I'm sarcastic. You know?
Tony, we have somebody on stage that has been doing an amazing impersonation of one of our Kill Tony
Yeah,
girls.
It's gotten very popular around the club. Somebody yelled at me a couple weeks ago, and they go, "Tony, you've got to come see what this girl can do." And I was like, it was like after one of these shows, and I'm just running around and don't give a fuck, and I'm like, I don't care what anybody can do. And they're like, no, seriously, you have to come see this. This girl can do a killer Sarah Weinshank impression. I'm like, I hang out with Sarah Weinshank every week. I don't care about this impression. Next thing you know, I'm watching her do this impression, and my mind is blown. What
gonna make
do
her
we
do
do?
it
Do
right
we
now?
do it now, or do we bring her back up after we see
gotta
Sarah
do it now,
Weinshank?
I
tonight?
Let's just do it now.
But if we do it now, then it's
we can
sort of-
bring her back later, but let's hear Sarah Weinshank talk about Pat Reagan right now.
Okay. Oh God, I haven't done this in a while. It's not even good. Okay. It's really good.
I don't buy it. Every fucking time. It's funny.
Okay. Can I talk about like a drink? Like
Yeah.
okay, like a. What's the deal with red Solo cups? It's like if I'm gonna drink out of a cup, I'm just gonna do glass. Like it makes no sense. Wait, that was really bad. That was really bad.
I'm gonna bring you back after we
Okay.
see Sarah
I'll
Weinshank.
work on
It'll
it.
only make sense.
Yeah.
And I would love to bring you Friday to the Death Squad
You
show.
got
There
it.
you go.
You
got it. Way to be,
Yes.
way to be edgy. I liked your.
I like the
edginess.
the burying people like
Well,
vampires.
because it's a very edgy thought, but not for no reason. I actually think it's a really salient point.
Yeah?
So I mean, it's great, excellent,
Thank
relevant
you.
point.
Thank you. Anything else? Just
How long you been doing stand-up?
I almost 11 months.
Oh shit, a long time.
So, like so long. Yeah.
Jesus,
Just
you brought
forever.
that baby to term.
Oh,
Love
wow.
Yeah. I'm ready to retire. I'm
it.
just.
No, if it doesn't happen for you in like a month, I would think about getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 year.
It's just 1 year.
Yeah.
It's like,
Do you need a place to stay?
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Wow.
What happened?
What just happened? Did this sword just get unsheathed?
Yeah, that's
You need a place to sit.
Yeah,
think
I
is what it is.
Not on your face.
Wow,
Not
my face is
on
available.
your face.
Who are your influences? Like, who do you see doing comedy and say, okay, I have to?
You know, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I'm kind of like naive with comedy. Like a lot of my friends are all like, "Oh, have you seen this movie or this comic?" And I'm like, I really don't know. And I feel like
great.
in some ways that's better because I'm not biased or I don't try and like imitate anyone.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like I should know more. But I really like Sarah Silverman, of course. You know, I like more.
Steve doesn't know her. Steve's worked with her.
Never
I
heard
like,
of her.
By the way, I totally thought you were about to say Sarah Weinshank. And,
huge fan,
Sarah
huge
Weinstein. I
fan.
thought you were going to say Sarah Palin, but I don't know. I thought any one of those would have
Big
worked.
comedic influence for sure.
Big comedic influence. Well, that's good. That's good that you were charting your own path and
Yeah.
doing your own
Yeah.
way. It's very. I was really happy at the originality. Do you agree?
Yes,
Really
definitely.
funny.
And I absolutely love that vampire burying thing. It's so
Thanks.
perfect.
I have a question.
Whoa, look at this. Wow, look,
I'm
interesting.
about
That's
to
our
drop a bomb. I'm planning on moving in 3 months to London, England.
Great.
Oh.
And any advice about the comedy scene there? Because
Yeah,
I am
it's
going
very-
solo.
Yes, it's very similar from what I've told, we've been told from friends who have been over there, like Rich Fulcher and people who have done stuff over there. Very similar to like the alternative. There's like a great scene. There's like a club scene. There's a comedy store there.
You should talk to Matt Kirshen. Do you know Matt?
Yeah, I know who he is. But
It's worth talking to him because he knows kind of all the rooms that are there. But like, I think your stuff would totally play. What I just saw right here is universal enough. It's not like American specific.
Yeah.
And what it will do is cause you to get really universal enough that your stuff can work over there, but then just work on honing your specificity as well. And then you can come back here and work here easily.
Yeah.
You moving there permanently?
I just bought a one-way ticket, and so
Why?
Because
like
round trip tickets are expensive.
This is like the beginning of every Meatloaf song.
What?
On a one-way ticket to London. Or like the next. Either that or the next 9/11. Like that's what we got.
I was trying to look up like the cheapest flights, and one of them was like a stop in Russia, and I was like, no, thank you, I'm not gonna die.
Although think
A
of the material.
stop in Russia.
Yeah, I
It's like
think they're both-
Malaysian Airlines, 50% off.
Malaysian Airlines.
But
No,
what
that's
a
not
shitty
good.
flight that is when it goes the long way. By the way, the 3/4 around the world
Is
way.
it
like a
really
3
Malaysian Airlines?
No, it wasn't. But I was like, I'm not gonna risk
No,
it.
it's Delta. They go to Russia, then Atlanta.
Delta.
Then they go back.
Fucking worst.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So now
Fuck.
I think I'm going to Norway. That's my pit stop.
Well,
and actually feel free to travel around because I think there's actually a comedy scene like in Amsterdam as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Feel free.
Thank you.
Thank God you have his permission to
Yeah.
fucking travel.
Good advice.
a lot of people don't
while
know.
you're in London, go to the place where you can pick up a brochure and like.
A lot of people don't know that the Sklar brothers also work customs in Europe, so I'm pretty sure you just got the go-ahead to
Sweet.
travel
Feel
around.
free to travel around. Got the thumbs up.
I hope my mom doesn't listen to this because I haven't told my family or anyone.
Is this a pen pal? Did you meet somebody on World of Warcraft? Is this something?
No.
Is there a secret to this
Yeah,
story?
Brian wants to know if you meet people like he meets people on World
Yeah.
of Warcraft.
Yeah. I just was on Periscope one night and everyone was like, "Come to London."
Right.
That was an insider.
Why
on
did they say it so
Periscope.
sarcastically?
I know. I don't believe
They're
it.
bitches on Periscope. By the way, Josh's feed on Periscope is doing way better than yours.
Whoa.
shit.
Burn. Feel
They're
the
all
burn.
commenting, saying you need to change the angle.
Yeah.
It's a
I
big
don't know if
deal.
that's better.
There's no reason for me to change the angle where you streaming it. You know, that's just like, why are we talking about this?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How dare you make this
I feel
about
like-
Periscope,
I feel like I've
Allie?
overstayed my welcome.
Well, I mean, you're the only person that asks questions when they come up here. But no, it was fantastic.
Good
Great
luck.
work. Hilarious
Thank you.
jokes.
Good
Can't wait
job.
to see you again. Allie
Thank
Makovski.
you.
Allie Makovski's on Twitter at Allie Makovski. These people have normal Twitter handles today. That's ALIMACOFSKY. Very, very interesting stuff. But we're going to bring her back after we see Wine Shank later, just so that they can have a Wine Shank off. That's what
that's
we're
gonna
going
be
to call it to close out tonight's episode.
I'm a wine shank enthusiast.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's the first ever blank piece of paper I ever pulled out of the bucket.
Oh,
Josh Martin is on fire tonight, everybody. I mean, really, he's just crushing. Josh, are you even looking at this? You're so funny. He's just walking the other direction. Doesn't even give a fuck. It's a blank piece of paper. Just a blank piece. What are you doing? How does that even happen? Oh, I see. Okay, this is why. Thank God.
Kyle. Next is Kyle.
Ooh, this is always interesting. Put your hands together for Arturo H. Here he comes.
How's it going, everybody? So I was just in Mexico for a family reunion. My grandma turned 90, and it was cool because all 93 of us were out there. We made it out, and I thought she was gonna be happy or whatever, but judging by the way she was looking around, she wasn't very fond of anybody at the end of the night. You know what I mean? And God, man. But yeah, man, but it was fucked up because, it was fucked up, man. Because, an hour into the get-together, she just limits her responses to nods and fucking grunts, But then my cousin reminded me, hey, she has Parkinson's, I'm like, oh shit, that's fucked up, you know. But what can you do, you know? That's it. That's all I got. Thanks.
Fuck yeah. Arturo H.
Arturo H.
Sometimes I forget how funny it is when things don't go great and somebody has a panic attack 20 seconds in.
The H is for hyperventilate.
Oh my God!
Wait,
I almost fell in the back. So
you did?
You almost fell. I saw you almost fall to come down here. They should definitely not make you.
I love
you had
it.
to scale a wall to get down here. That's what comedy is, man. First of all, it takes guts to get on stage, period. So,
True.
Second of all, I thought you were going to say I went down to Mexico to a family reunion, and it worked out great because I made it back.
And third of all, you weren't breathing nearly as hard as Allie during her set.
Right. Why is everybody so gassed tonight?
I know. It's because we're up. We're
This is an elevated room, man.
Standing, what do they call this?
Yeah, I just went downstairs to get a beer too, so I had just gotten upstairs.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's
Fuck
15
yeah.
stairs, guys.
Yeah, it's a lot. Hey, buddy, we ain't the same size.
I know. I hear you, man.
Arturo,
Yeah.
you're
How long have you been doing it?
yeah.
This is my third time on stage.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
All
for
right,
you,
man.
dude.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
My first one was actually here like a month ago or a month and a half ago.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. You're already wearing the curtain as a shirt. Really making yourself at home.
Oh yeah.
Tony, the curtains match the curtains. So, that is good. Hey, do you really have I'm sure you don't have 93 relatives, but
No, yeah, it was.
do have-
I mean, at the end, it was like 82 of us.
because some of them got shot.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, a few.
It's Mexico, guys. There's a drug war going on.
Yeah, but a few couldn't make it and stuff. But yeah, there's like
So there's like
something coming.
a relative for every year that your
Yeah, well, I
grandmother's
mean,
been
there's
alive.
she had 12 kids, and then there's like 35 grandkids and 34 great grandkids.
Do you want to ever just say to your family, stop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
Or
yeah.
how about a condom?
Exactly. No, but it keeps on growing. Man.
How old's your grandma?
She turned like 89.
38.
She's 89.
Yeah, like 89 or something.
Does she really have Parkinson's?
No, that was
Oh.
just, yeah.
I thought you were gonna joke.
She was
I
I
thought
think the truth is really funny. I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing. I don't know anybody that's got 80 people in their family. That to me is like
Everybody's got at least 80 people
Well,
if
but
you
I mean,
count
they-
the dead ones.
Right.
Well, the dead ones, but I mean, like alive. If you can assemble 80 people in your
Yeah.
family, like that's enough to like have a riot.
Yeah,
I
there were
mean, it's
still there's still like 16 people that didn't show up. So
like what do the 80 do to the 16 that
I
don't
have
show
no
up?
idea.
You gotta just shame
yeah,
them.
we had a basketball game out there. You know, and there was like 42 people on.
you
the
were playing basketball.
Hell
You
yeah.
can have-
You?
All of them,
on 21
all of them,
games?
man, are like
How out of
equally
breath
as
were
big.
you playing basketball, Arturo? What was
God,
that
dude,
like?
there's-
Lot of
Everybody
set
was
shots.
winded.
Lot of set
Everybody
shots.
fell.
It's a lot of zone defense.
Exactly.
Get him!
All the
I've got
kids,
the zone.
man.
I'm at the top of the key. I'm at the elbow, bitch.
Oh my
No, but
god.
that is true though. There's like a bunch of like from 5 to 13-year-olds. There's like 10 of them. They were the ones doing the running, you know.
Exactly.
Everybody else
Fuck
was just
yeah.
hanging back waiting.
I bet you were crushing it on that court.
Hell
The food
yeah.
court. Where's it at? Where's my damn killer horn?
Shots fired.
Fuck! It's not there tonight.
Do you ever? I mean, have you explored just talking about food and stuff and talking about the
Oh
food you
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that you like? There it is.
There it is, right on time.
What's your favorite? Nice. That's the key to comedy is timing. 8 minutes later.
Go on. What was your question?
What was your favorite?
Okay, go on.
What's your favorite food?
Right now it's
Everything.
Yeah.
No, but it's actually lemon Caesar salad.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What'd you just say?
Said a
Lemon
salad.
Caesar salad.
Lemon Caesar salad? That's what you're convincing us that you're
No,
eating?
it's because I just started dieting, so like
All
right
right,
now
my
that's
man.
that's my favorite.
Well,
food
I
right
think
now.
you should talk about dieting
So I
and
eat
stuff.
that a
Right?
lot.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I have a few.
Well,
Lemon Caesar.
I wonder if culturally, like, also that, like, you are Mexican, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that you just went down to Cabo? What the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck it.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
he had
how
a-
is
he had-
it
he had a
done?
layover.
You want to name what's the?
He had a
You want to name more? San Miguel de Allende. All right. So
Group get together in Oaxaca.
okay.
Get a layover via Delta in Cabo.
What I wonder what like that your culture would feel about dieting. Like, how is dieting seen in Mexican culture? And,
Well,
like,
I
is it-
mean, I don't know. It's just like, dude, it's like a big family, so they just cook for like in big portions. You know what I mean?
so
And
it's not. See, the cards are stacked against you. From
Yeah.
this is not your fault, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
I
you
mean,
to
well,
say.
The guac.
I mean, I
is
certainly
stacked.
added to it. You know,
Guac
so-
alone.
But yeah, it's a big
That is the
family.
name of your first album.
Dead man
Guac
guacking.
alone.
They're laughing too hard.
No, we're
The panel's killed over. The audience is sort of.
Steve Agee just
Nobody's
said,
laughing.
No. Steve, I didn't hear it. Steve Agee
Dickhead.
just said the name of his first album should be Dead Man Guacking. Agee!
Wait, it could also be.
There it is. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God, Arturo, I love you. Fuck, yeah. How long you been doing stand-up?
Like
This
2
is your
months.
third time on
Third
stage.
time on stage.
How come you're not going on stage more?
Well, it's 'cause
I feel like I've seen you here 3 times, right?
Yeah, I've been coming every Monday. Yeah.
Very good. What do you do the other nights of the week?
I'm working. And
Where do you work?
At Anaheim. It's a factory. We assemble circuit boards. And
Ah,
I'm also
gotta be
going
comedy
to
in that.
school. I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's there. So once I'm done with that, I'll be coming out here a lot more.
What are you getting your degree in?
In visual communications or like graphic design.
Graphic design.
So, I love that he's
Fuck
getting
yeah.
a degree. He's working at a factory. He's only done, like, Tony's trying to figure out a way that he's acting like Mexican lazy. He's like, you've only been here
Oh,
like
yeah.
3 times?
Right.
What are you, lazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said your grandma had Parkinson's, I thought you were going to do a joke about how Mexicans love like. All right, forget it. No, that wouldn't be one. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Wait. Oh my God, no.
That fucking
No.
scared the shit out of me.
Oh, Jesus. That's how
No.
they start off all of his family reunions.
Yeah.
So he felt right at home.
Just around midnight.
Let's start off every basketball game.
Oh shit. Arturo, does anything crazy ever happen at these family reunions? I mean, you had a basketball game, and so.
Yeah, well, like my uncle got really mad at my cousin Jacob and stuff, but he's only like.
You have a
7.
cousin named Jacob?
Yeah, they have white.
What is he,
parents,
the
white
lawyer?
parents, Yeah.
What do you-
No,
how do
but
you-
he's
Yeah,
only
white
like
parents.
7. But my uncle got really mad at him and was like cussing him out because he didn't pass the ball. It's like, Uncle, he's 7. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let him
Pass the ball.
let him
He's
go.
got to
Yeah.
learn.
Exactly, but
Wow, didn't pass the ball. How old's
Yeah.
the uncle that got yelled at him?
like
14.
60 something.
Wow. We just keep setting you up for these things. We don't even need comedians tonight on this. We could have just sat here and pretended like there was people here. All right, what would we do for the chubby Mexican man? All right, Arturo. I love your fucking style. Please do more stand-up comedy. You
Keep
gotta
it going, man. Keep
You gotta do spots.
Outside of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get. You'll find those moments. You're an interesting dude, and there's stuff that's in your life that it is not in anybody's life. So mind that shit.
Yeah, right. A lot. Right.
Yeah. There you go. There he goes. He's Arturo H. He's on Twitter at Artie Hughes, Hues, ArtieHues, Arturo H. Arturo, what's your real last name? Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Go with the H.
Arturo H, everybody, forever.
Yeah.
You will always be able to find him as Arturo H. Dead man guacking. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, my
Could
God.
also be my album title.
Off the Walrus?
Yes.
Or another brick in the Walrus would be maybe even
See him in
better.
tuxedo.
All right, your next comedian pulled out of the bucket goes by the name of Justin Cole.
How's it going? I recently moved here from New York, and I don't know if I've been changing a lot or if I've been discovering new things about myself. Like, I never thought I was racist until I started using Uber. And let me start off with saying that I like women, I like Asian people too, but there are a few things that make me more uncomfortable than discovering that my Uber driver is both. Wow, I'm eating a dick up here. Yeah. What's Hollywood Bear, please? That was bad.
Keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop.
These are the mic.
When I was in New York, I thought the best part of having a car was the fact that I could get to places in a faster, more convenient way. And then when I moved here, I discovered that's not the case. The case is that my car is never driven by an Asian woman. And I feel bad about it because I cancel a lot of trips when I see that an Asian woman is going to be the driver.
There it is. That was a minute. Wow. Oh, you're gonna take this one? Really? You want it? Okay. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait.
All right. It was hard to watch you walk up in Beats by Dre. That was just the beginning of what.
Yeah.
That's the beginning of where it got hard. What you did was because it's like the. Oh, go ahead.
Well,
it was the same. It was the same. But let me just say this: if he did an hour of bad Asian women driving,
oh my God, I was thinking the exact same thing.
I was thinking
the exact same
in your
thing.
life. You were at like 46 minutes.
Right.
When he's doing the same
Have
joke
you ever
in a
seen
different
Asian women shop for cucumbers?
And
I'm in. I would be like, that would be funnier than Tig's album. I'm telling you right now.
And
the
the special would be called Dead Man Walking, spelled W-O-K.
Oh my God.
Justin, very, very interesting style. Do you always go on stage with headphones?
I just walk around.
Do you sometimes when you're on stage doing your act, do you ever put on the headphones and listen to better comedy? Whoopsie. Whoopsie.
Whoops. He's listening to Arturo H. I do think number one, you gotta speak in the mic. You gotta go just deeper in the mic, just because, and you gotta take those things off. Only because it makes it seem like unless that's part of your character. If you came up and you're like, I don't fucking have to do this shit. You know, like if
I would have loved it if he came up with them still on, shouting his set. And then he forgot to take them off.
What's going on, guys? So
she was Asian.
What else is in the news?
I'm guessing that this is going really good right now.
So what else is in the Asian women news?
Oh, shit.
To me, that is hilarious because you don't know how the set is going.
Right.
So you're just assuming that it's great.
Right. I am sure that I am killing right now.
See by the looks on your faces. No, but I mean, what we're sort of getting at is like picking one thing and sort of digging into what that thing is about your character. Did you really have a car in New York?
Yeah.
You did.
At one point I did.
You're like the only person I know who had a car in New York. Like you played it off like it was, yeah, everybody's got a car. No, people do not have a car. That's where you go to get rid of your fucking car. And you had a car in New York, and you found driving easy in New York. That's what you said on stage.
Yeah.
What? Who are you? That is
I grew up in New York.
You grew up in New York. You grew up in New York. Were you a rich kid? Like, did you grow up with like cash?
No, but I came into money when I was younger.
When you became Calvin Harris, Vegas DJ?
How'd you come into money? Wait, no, how'd you come into money?
I actually had an online business, and then I just blew it all.
What was the... You just blew all the money from the online business?
That is fascinating.
Talk about that shit! What was the... I mean... What was the business? Please tell me the business was buying and selling Asian brides.
No, not at all.
Right.
What was it? What was the...
It was a sports memorabilia business.
What?
Oh, right up
really?
here.
Right up here. What
Wait a
was the most expensive thing you ever saw in sports memorabilia?
My brother sold like a $65,000 jersey.
Whose jersey was it?
Sidney Crosby.
Oh, really? I thought it was going to be Nancy Lieberman Klein. Such a specific joke. No one gets it. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Female basketball player. Anyway. That's interesting. That, like, to me, that's so much more interesting than just taking a stab at something. I mean, it's your life is fascinating. Like, to me, like having tons of money and then now having nothing and having to do open mic stand-ups, that you immediately when you walk up there and say that, people are like, I'm on this guy's side. This guy's fucking got to claw his way back up there. That to me is fascinating.
Yeah, totally. When you're not listening to music in a construction zone, I would definitely recommend writing more about like that real stuff. What do you mean you left all the money? What did you do?
Blow it on what?
I blew it on having a car in the city and like a really stupid apartment.
Wow.
For real?
Yeah.
How much was your apartment?
$3,700 a month.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's really actually in New York. That's not that much. That's not a lot. It's like a studio apartment in New York City. Where was it in New York?
33rd and 9th, right behind the Garden.
Yeah, right over there by the New Yorker Hotel. Have you been on the High Line? Like, is it amazing?
How long you been doing stand-up?
60 seconds.
Really? That was your first time on stage?
Yes.
There you go. How about that?
And
I got great. Whatever that was, I loved it.
That was like Rangers. That was a Sidney Crosby organ.
Yeah, I got like extremely nervous, so I drank.
Oh, you got nervous during that? Maybe 15 seconds in when you gave up and asked for the bear?
No, like
really? You got a little nervous, pal?
Like today when I woke up and I decided I was going to do it, I've been nervous the whole day.
I'm so psyched for you that you did it. I mean, it's like it's got to be easier than blowing all your money.
No.
It's not easier than blowing all your money?
Not
Come
at
on,
all.
the day when you went to the bank and they were like, you got nothing. This is better than that.
You know when you're losing the money. You don't. It's not a movie where you walk into the bank. Where's my millions? You get statements once a month.
Well, but I don't imagine this guy was driving around his car and enjoying his $3,700 apartment. He doesn't have time for statements.
It's gonna sound crazy, but for a first time, I really don't think that was that bad. You know, the jokes clearly aren't written that well. But you had pretty good timing. Like, you had really good beats, mostly the ones that are around your neck right now.
Most of them were by Dre. By Dre.
I was going to take them off, but I
You
figured
definitely
it was a
should.
cop-out.
You should always have
Cop out?
Yeah, because I always have them on, and I knew you guys would just like kill me for it. So I was
But
kinda
unless
it
it becomes your thing, that's what he was saying is like it's a really funny thing.
Yeah.
If you can
Try
find a way
that.
to
That's
be
a
funny
gamble.
with it.
That's a gamble.
Yeah, it's a gamble, but like it also like, you know, those are expensive. What are those? Like $300?
My brother actually gave them to me.
Well, what are they? Like $300?
Yeah, I think something around that.
I mean, those are expensive headphones. Like they're a part of your old life. Your old life. This is what's left of my sports memorabilia business.
I haven't done too bad.
They're literally the albatross around your neck, reminding you the old times.
What? So you've resurrected your life since that moment?
Well, the reason I'm a filmmaker,
Okay.
so I kind of gave up my past life that I was making money, but I wasn't very happy.
So you're a filmmaker now. What films have you made? Like, don't tell me a film that's like grossed $8 million.
No, I did my first feature. Brian actually knows about my first feature.
Yeah, I actually met him at a restaurant, at a bar, eating some meat. And I actually knew his film and everything about him already, and it's really cool to see him on stage right now. Do you want to explain what the?
Oh, it's a long one.
It's a movie where David Deary meets David Cross.
What?
and-
Oh, wait a minute. Crossing paths.
Crossroads.
It's a found footage film that we shot. It's about a bunch of rich socialites that go out for a night of like drinking and drugs. They pick up a girl, she overdoses and dies, and they get rid of her body the second half of the film. And it's all shot in first-person point of view. And we actually fooled the media into thinking it was it was actually real for 2 years, to the point where we were like reported on by news. But, like the news, we had police reports out on characters.
This is fascinating.
It was pretty crazy.
It's a great flick. Check it out.
This is also like interesting to
called?
talk about on stage.
The upper footage.
What do you listen to on your headphones?
Oh, it's really embarrassing shit. Like it's
what?
like I actually
How
had
embarrassing is it?
Great
Like,
question, because this could be funny. What
like,
is it?
It's like ranges like from Rage Against the Machine to like Taylor Swift.
Oh,
That's great.
Taylor Swift's album's great.
She's so uplifting. I mean,
And of course the Kill Tony podcast.
there you go.
There you go.
Sure.
What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
because I know them all. I have an 8 and a 9-year-old
the
daughter.
new one I've been listening to quite a bit more.
The new album.
No, Bad Blood. The new song.
Why is your shirt inside out?
Is it?
Jeez.
Oh,
Wow.
he's really drunk.
He's nervous.
No,
and he's
no
drunk.
logos. No logos on the. It's
I
Ustream.
love that
No
you
logos.
have your headphones on, but your shirt inside out. So at some point you had to put on your shirt inside out and then put the headphones on top.
No, I don't think he ever takes these headphones off. I get the feeling that it all just goes over it.
First of all, orange, very bold color. I love that too.
And they're not even plugged into anything. They're just
That's
plugged
the
into his
amazing
Plugged
pocket.
into his dick. They're plugged
Oh, so there's.
directly into his urethra.
I have a question.
Then it's like, lights out, Gorilla Radio, turn, and he's like, oh my dick, it hurts.
Wow, Pat Reagan going for it. Went for it. Went for it from
I don't-
3-point range.
I thought, is that Pat Reagan? I thought Zach De La Roca just walked in here.
Do you think you're going to go back on stage again after this?
Oh yeah, I'll do it again.
Then a big tip, definitely don't have anything that's going to be distracted by talking to the microphones. You had the microphone like this, so no one was really could hear what you were even saying anyway.
I haven't performed anything in so long.
Yeah.
Oh, what have you performed before
I
this?
used to act.
Used to act.
Yeah.
Man, real
Not with these headphones.
real hack of all trades
Although,
you
how
are.
fucking sweet would that be if he did Shakespeare with those things on? You know, it's like Yorick, I knew you. And it's like, hang on 1 second. Killing in the name. Now to do what you don't.
How long have you lived in LA?
Since January.
Since January.
You watch a lot of stand-up? You
n-
strike me as someone who has not.
No.
Part of that, and that's not a cut down, but I do think the more you watch, the more you will see. And I will say this about the roast battle: when people crush other people, it's usually with specificity, as opposed to like the broader joke that most people could make. And I think if you watch more comedy, you might not. We're of the mindset that there is value in watching other people do comedy, not to steal them, not to steal what they do, but just to say, okay, there's Maria Bamford's someone I love because she does this. Steve Agee is someone I love because his comedy style is like this. You know, like that you pick people out and say, I love what they're doing because of this. Okay, now what in my life can I sort of capitalize on? That's the way to sort of the first steps towards doing it, because you're early on.
I'd also totally commit instead of bailing. Just muscle through it.
Right. I mean, you came up here with the headphones on.
Yeah, that was the first
You
time.
said
I
you
thought that
thought
was
about
hilarious.
it. Yeah.
The intensity that
Yeah.
you came up here with. I thought that was great.
Yeah. And you said that it'd be a cop-out if you took the headphones off. So you owned the headphones, and then you came up and you bailed out as soon as it didn't feel right. But, you know, I guess maybe you'll get better. Is stand-up something that you really want to do?
Yeah, I'm interested in it. I actually came to a couple shows here, and I was like, fuck, that's going to make me like really
Where?
nervous. It's here.
On
Kill
this
Tony.
show.
Yeah,
Right.
and I listen to you guys all the time, so I was like, this is like, I was really nervous about it, so I was like, this is something I want to try. And then I was kind of like, I come from an athletic background, like I played hockey growing up.
Jesus, this guy's done everything.
And I haven't been nervous in like so long about like something, and this scared the living shit out of me. So it's kind of like,
good.
I want to do it,
You're alive.
like, because I like had the butterflies again and like the feeling in my legs. So
This
it's
to
like,
me feels like Tony has like a Chinese thought. You know what I mean? Like if that thing goes on at any moment.
What
that
is up
he's-
with Chinese women drivers?
Yeah.
Right in there. It
Exactly.
came out of that fucking thing.
Exactly. It's true. It is true. Mm-hmm. Justin Cole, congratulations on your first time on stage.
time.
Good job, buddy.
Congratulations.
Nice job.
thank
dude.
you.
He's on Twitter at Justin Cole Film. Go check out his creepy movie that he made.
Yeah,
That's cool. Check it out.
He can't be that good looking and then do a movie about disposing a woman's body.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you can't do that and then mingle at the after party. You know? No.
It's the guy in the corner with the headphones on. Fuck yeah, Justin Cole. His first time on stage. All right, let's get somebody else up here. Your next comedian, this looks like oh, no, I think I know him. Put your hands together for Valentino McCoy.
You know what that means?
No
Pat?
sign from Valentino, so that means he just got blacklisted.
I love that.
Great
Play
Taylor
a
Swift, brother.
diddle or fucking anything over there, Pat? Jesus. Okay, there you go. Okay. Put your hands together for Gally Croup.
guys. Hi, Tony. So yes, I actually have a day job. I work in sales. I just do stand up for the attention, and I figured I'm pretty good at standing, so why not? Actually, last week I had lunch with my boss. She asked me if I want dessert. I said, no, thank you, I'm full. Then she said, oh, don't be polite. So I said, no, thank you, I'm full, stupid bitch. One of my girlfriends asked me one time, do you think this dress make me look fat? I said, no, I think it's the cookies. I was walking in Hollywood one night, and a 10-year-old child came up to me and said, do you maybe please have some weed? I was shocked. So polite. I have an atheist friend. She's married to a Jehovah's Witness guy. Now, I see their kids going door to door, but they don't know why. I have a...
There you go. Galley Croup.
Done.
Crushing it with one-liners. Wearing half of the Ghostbusters outfit. I like that.
The summer outfit. She ain't afraid of no open mic.
Especially for you, Tony.
Oh, thank you, Galley.
Where are you from? France?
I'm originally from Israel.
Israel.
Yes.
The France of the Middle East.
I am.
Where in Israel? No one loves the Jews more than the French.
I am mixed with French, so that makes I'm half Jewish, half racist. That's true.
There you go. There it is. I thought you were going to say I'm half Jewish and I don't bathe.
The racist side is the Jewish.
Yeah, the racist side is the Jewish side. That's right. You're so interesting. I'd like your phrasing of the kid coming up to you was so unique and interesting, and I loved your punchline on that joke. I thought that was your best joke of the thing. All the original stuff.
I disagree.
What did you like?
I liked her stupid bitch.
Yeah. Stupid bitch is
really funny.
That was funny too, but I just think the way your phrasing is very unique, and because it is. You don't make a big deal out of like English as the second language, which I love.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you putting your material out and your observations the way I can tell you're funny amongst like your circle of friends and whatnot too. You're bringing
right when you're hanging out with a bunch of Israeli women, you're probably the funniest one. I completely agree with that.
Do you have to go to the army?
I was in the army for 2.5 years.
How funny was
Air
that?
Force.
Oh, come on.
I'm still wearing my
Air
Force.
Force. Exactly. You're ready to go. You put those headphones on, you can fucking be Top Gun. I swear to God.
Don't leave.
What was the army like? Did you want to be in the army?
No, I hated that. No, it was tough.
Can you write some comedy about how fucking tough the army is?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was afraid that people would not relate to that. You know, we go through stuff that people are like, huh?
But I would want to hear you talk about it. You have an
do?
interesting perspective. I'm like, I don't know what that's like, so I would love to hear somebody explain. You're not trying to get them on board. You're just like, that's fascinating. So unique.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. You were in the Air Force, you said?
Yes.
What did you do there?
Underground, listening to the enemies.
Oh, wow. Were you wearing
Dre
Beats headphones?
We can call it a spy.
Really?
Yeah.
You were cracking codes?
You were like that movie Wind Talkers. Like where they try and do the thing, the Wind Talk. Remember Wind Talkers?
Yeah. No.
Remember we wanted to do a movie called Fast Talkers? Yeah. we just tried to fast talk the codes. And just did it really quickly. Just fast talk. You fast talk all the codes. All right.
So you would decipher codes?
What's that?
You would decipher codes. That was part of your thing. If so, could you translate any of the comedy that Justin Cole did tonight? Was it actually funny? Maybe he killed and we just don't know it.
We don't know.
Maybe we're the idiots.
No. She's like absolutely. She's like with all my experience, absolutely not. How long have you been doing stand-up?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
You can tell.
I was here last night.
Oh, there's like a comfortability to you that is really nice. I love your presence on stage.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would say.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I'm headlining clubs already, so I'm.
Oh shit. We don't need to tell you anything.
No, I'm not saying it just to brag. I'm just saying because I've been doing it for a long time.
It's very Israeli.
It is.
In Israel, there's a hand motion that's like when you say 1 second, you go like this. It's basically this away from this.
This means like, wait a second.
And if you don't wait,
then you get this.
you get
Wow.
That is, but that's the way Israelis are. But that is, I think you can avoid the stuff about I thought the weaker stuff was the stuff about the cookies, because we kind of have heard, like, does this dress make me look fat? I think you had a lot more original stuff in there. And that stuff may get laughs when you headline clubs, but I think your best bet is, like, the original stuff that you're doing.
Oh boy. Yep. The cookies one's definitely predictable.
Totally.
Totally.
Like, oh, we've heard that.
It's coming. Where with everything else, it was a surprise, and it was genuinely, I mean, to even us, four guys who have seen so much.
I love
that. I loved how hard I saw us all laughing at the, you fucking bitch or whatever it was.
So funny.
The kid thing. Just again, I'm going to go back to it and just say it's really funny. Do you have kids or no?
No, I don't.
Do you want kids?
No, I don't.
You don't.
That's
interesting.
You don't?
Why don't you want kids?
It's very common here. I feel like
Where?
nobody wants kids anymore.
That's true. I don't even want mine.
Yeah, that's the sound of Brian getting a boner, everybody.
Hey, would you like to do the show?
No, he just heard the buzzword kids.
Yeah.
I was like,
Would you like to do the Death Squad show Friday? I would love to have you if you can do it. Awesome.
Wow, there you go. Galley Croup, everybody. There she goes. She did it again. Galley Croup's on Twitter. At Galley Croup. I know what you're thinking. How the fuck would I ever spell that? That's GALIKROUP. Galley Croup, everybody. There she goes. This is the part of the show where our two regulars go on. Every single week, our two regulars write and perform a brand new fucking minute on this show. This week's going to be no different. Going up first tonight, she dropped out of the University of Florida after performing her very first minute of stand-up comedy ever here on Kill Tony. 2 years later, here she is. Put your hands together for Kimberly Congdon, everyone.
Thank you. I went to visit Florida last week. I got to see my family. I really like going there because my mom smokes weed with me. So we smoke together, but she gets really high and paranoid. She's not used to it. We were smoking at a barbecue out of a pipe, and a cop drove by really far away, and she started freaking out. She's like, "What do I do? Should I put the pipe in my vagina?" And I was like, "Mom, you've had 3 kids. The pipe's not staying in your vagina." I saw my grandpa when I was home. He's getting really old, and it makes me sad. I feel like he's going to die soon, and that worries me because he still owes me money. My sister's 13 years old. I asked her if she wanted to do a one-on-one roast with each other, and I said, I'll go first. I go, Haley plays softball in middle school, which means in high school she'll play with women. And she said, Kim thinks she's a famous comedian, but Mom had to help her with money last month. Thank you.
Boom. Powerful. I really like that. You kept it on the family. You really did just go to Florida last week. You missed an episode of Kill Tony, but obviously it's worth it if you're writing new family material.
I like that you brought your purse on stage. That shows how little you trust the other comics. So there's really
yeah.
not one fucking person hold my purse while I go on stage. Are you Jewish or no?
No.
You're not.
Mm-mm.
Someone should tell your nose. All right, no, we're not. Jesus. It's an old joke. It's not my joke. I'm not doing that. No, just I was, how much money does your grandfather owe you? $36? That's what I thought. That it was like,
Jewish
I'm going to collect that $18.
Well, I say 50 usually in my joke, but I just didn't say it this time.
I like
So
that
that's
it's a small amount.
Yeah.
That's something that you've worked out before in other rooms?
I've said that joke once or twice, but since I was talking about my family, I just threw it in to make it a whole minute.
So does he really owe you money?
No.
Oh.
It's something my mom said about my grandpa when I was home.
And you're Puerto Rican?
I'm Puerto Rican, yeah.
And how old's your grandfather?
38.
That's a running joke from earlier. Anyway, remember that, everybody? It's like a callback, everyone. Yeah. There he is. Arturo remembers. It was on him.
Yeah.
Have you done that joke with your mom in the vagina any different? Because it seems like there's more to it. Like you've having to keep it in her vagina.
Vagina. Okay. You deserve that. I'm glad that you can give it to yourself sometime.
No, I mean,
Did she say that to you?
Yeah, well, yeah, she did.
She did. Was
Well,
she
we were
joking?
actually out on the boat. We were on the boat in the sandbar, and she just like she threw it in the river, and she
Oh
was
my
like, "I was gonna
God.
put it in my vagina," and I was like, "Well, it wouldn't have stayed."
I love that you were in a boat, like where police like couldn't get to.
It was the Coast Guard.
Oh,
well, where I live, it's like all we have is water.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
nothing else. So
Coast Guard sailed by.
yeah, she was
threw it in
super
the water.
paranoid.
That's
She
funny.
threw all
That's
of.
funny. How much weed did she throw away?
Every
weed?
time we smoke together, she throws the rest of the weed away because she gets paranoid. Something
that's
happens
funny.
and she panics and tosses it into a fire or like eats
That's
it.
funny.
She asked me to eat it 3 times the whole weekend. Eat the
Wow.
weed. She'd be like freaking out and always making me.
Eat the fucking weed.
That's like a Jewish mom, though. Eat the weed. I got you great weed. You won't eat the weed. Your
so
brother
thin.
eats his weed. Your brother eats all of his weed. You should eat. the
Totally.
weed.
I'd stretch out that stuff. If there's more and she really gets that paranoid, I'd stretch it out and just not make it, a joke on her vagina. You know what I mean? Like really make it
I
about
think
what,
that's fascinating.
Yeah,
what it is
that's
that
true.
you do have that bond with your mom, and you guys do that when you hang out, and I think that's more compelling than just a simple vagina joke.
I have a question. Why did she start smoking?
Probably because she thinks it's cool.
Really?
Honestly.
She's that type of
Right.
Yeah,
It
she
is.
wants to be
Did
really
she
cool.
never smoke when she was younger?
No, I don't think so.
That's amazing. So you're having this experiment with her. and
She's
she's
so funny.
41.
And she, yeah, she came to visit me in college one time, and it was her first time doing a bong rip, and she peed herself in front of my friends.
That's a story. That's a story. Amazing.
Wow, she couldn't even keep that in her vagina. Kim, good stuff. Kimberly Congdon,
Thank
another
you.
new minute. Follow her on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon. She did it again. Another new minute about her family. The only other regular, everybody, does a new minute every single week. Usually takes like a small something, like a bottle of water or mustard or something small, and makes it bigger, like a smaller thing bigger, an inanimate object, and usually makes it, stretches it out to a minute. So that's her style. And here she is, the always goofy stylings of Sarah Weinshank, everybody.
I was at the grocery store. I saw some dots. What is that bullshit? In a world of Skittles and Starbursts, how are these dots surviving? Gumdrops? What the fuck is that? What's this Hansel and Gretel bullshit? Life isn't a game of Candyland. There's nothing gum-like about a gumdrop. Makes no sense. If you get a kid some dots, you're bound to see tears, especially on Halloween. Dots are the second thing that make kids cry after raisins. If you open a box of them, they're all sticking together like New York after 9/11.
Wow. Saved the thunder for the end on the dots. You went away from the dots.
Strong
you came
finish.
back to the dots.
Strong finish.
That's an easy fix. You can start with the dots. You compare it to the Skittles and the this and the that. You lose the Hansel and the Gretel. You move the 9/11 up, and the thing before 9/11 you move up, and then you have a killer 30
I had
seconds.
a pitch for like something else that people get angry. Besides you were saying besides like the raisins, but besides your parents fight. Like you go into a deep story, your parents fighting and your dad living in a motel for the next.
Oh
6
yeah, like
months.
it gets super dark.
Yeah, it
Like,
gets super
yeah.
dark after like. Or on Halloween, like when you go into that house and the guy's like, "Just turn this light off and just hold this right here."
The fuck are you talking-
sorry, that was a weird memory from my Halloween. No, but I think another thing about dots that's ridiculous is that it's the only candy that is like fully connected to to the paper, and you never can pull one off without getting paper on
Is it
that.
connected to paper?
Yeah, it's on the
It's
fucking paper.
No, it's in a box, a yellow box.
Oh,
right?
They stick to each other.
No. What are you? Oh, you're talking about something
Holy
different.
shit.
Dots?
Willy Wonka is
Dots?
yelling from the top, everybody.
Oh.
No, in a box
You
of
get
dots.
nothing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now. I know
The
what you're-
rowers just
Dots are
keep
like
rowing.
brown sugar. What was I talking
It
about?
looked like you were talking about candy buttons.
Yes. Okay. all
But
right.
yeah.
But that's some bullshit too.
Did I say Did I say the gingerbread
Ladies?
house
Look,
thing?
Asian ladies,
Look.
back me up on that
No?
bullshit.
That's what I meant
Due
to
to
say.
time restraints, I'm going to tell you this. I love the dots thing. You know where the adjustments are to be made. But I made a promise to this audience earlier that we were going to have a wine shank-off, and God damn it, we're going to have a wine shank-off. Put your hands together for Allie Makovski. Here she is, everybody. Stay there. There you go. All right.
She's winded. Give her a second. Give her a second. She had to come from there to here.
So much
Give
work.
her a second. There was one step up on the stage.
Allie, what are your thoughts on dots?
Not a sweets type of gal, to be honest. Did I really bring it down with the sweets? Big sweets crowd.
You're supposed to be doing the wine shank impression, Allie.
Right now. Okay.
Wow, real improv guru over here. Fuck yeah, really rolled with that one, Allie.
Okay. Take 2.
She's moving to London. Give her a break.
Sarah, have you heard Allie's impression of you?
I have.
What do you think about it?
I heard it once.
Oh shit.
It's the dots of impressions.
Can you do an impression of Allie Makovski?
I haven't heard her talk that much. Can she talk and then I try?
Yeah.
What do you want me to talk about? Not a big fan of sweets or anything like that.
I'm not a big fan of sweets or anything like that.
Not that good.
Allie.
Allie, will you do your Sarah Weinshank impression? I'm pretty sure that that's the entire reason you're on stage right now.
Yeah, I think
cool.
so.
Okay.
I just don't like dots. It's like if I'm gonna eat dots, I'm just gonna have another sweet. You know, it's like, is that dessert or breakfast?
Didn't work out like I thought it was going to. Allie Makovski, everybody.
Put her on the spot.
Put your hands together for Sarah Weinshank, everyone. Another new minute. The dots 9/11 sticking together might be my favorite joke of the night. Fun times. Jamie Vernon, Ryan J. Ebelt. You want to show the picture that you drew tonight? Let's do it. Put your hands together for Ryan J. Ebelt, everybody. A monster artist. What do we have here tonight? Whoa! Full samurai mode, everybody. Unfucking believable. Really, really take a look at this, guys.
Everyone's a samurai, and Agee still has his glasses on. He looks like samurai, but he looks like samurai accountant. I will fix the books.
The work of Ryan J. Ebelt. He is on Instagram and Twitter at Ryan J. Ebelt. Pat Reagan is Patty Reagan. Josh Martin is at Josh Martin Comic. Follow all the comedians that you saw tonight. Guys, anything coming out that you want to promote? Steve Agee, thank you so much for being here. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'll be back here Wednesday on Secret Show.
Yeah, the Secret Show, guys. Hey, we got Dan Cook. We have Steve Agee, Tony Hinchcliffe. We have Dalia. We have a bunch of surprise secret guests. It's Wednesday at 8:30.
Always a bunch of insane secret guests on that show. Sklar Brothers.
We have a new series PBS on PBS.org called You're Doing It Wrong, and a thing for Regal Cinemas called The Trailer. So check that out on YouTube. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, live audience. Thank you, Ustream. Thank you, everybody. Good night.